While everybody would aspire to be rich and have loads of money and everything like that, there's much more involved in leading a rich life. We're the Happy Headers. Stick with us till the end and we'll tell you exactly how you could live a rich life.
Ooh, I love this one, Paul. So tell me, what do you think are the best attributes of somebody who lives a truly rich life?
Money.
Yes, I agree.
Money
I
first.
love money. It's the best.
Yeah, I remember, we're conditioned, especially we grew up in Ireland, our conditioning is money's evil, stay the hell away from it. And we were told that by people who had lots of money, which is the church. The Vatican was
Yes, the Vatican.
Yeah. Anyways, lots of us secretly kind of go, if I could win the lotto, or, it was the pools kind of growing up. It was like even a couple of grand would have been
Prize
a lot of
bonds.
money back then. Prize bonds, yes,
Yeah,
remember that.
prize
I
bonds.
actually still have prize bonds.
So do I.
Yeah.
Never won anything on them.
No, you never hear of anybody winning
No.
anything, but apparently they're still going.
It's completely lost. And if you want to get your money back out of it, it's a big rigmarole.
And you just get the nominal value of your prize fund, which was a fiver.
Jesus Christ.
Like, so I've won for about 35 years. If I put that invested, it would be worth a whole lot more. If I cash it in now, I'll get a fiver.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways,
Anyway.
so fantasizing about winning loads and loads of money, getting millions, gazillions in. I go off to Greece and I cover myself in vegetable oil and I lie on the beach and try not to get sand in my crevices. After doing that, rolling around like somebody on a spit for 6 weeks, 6 months, I've had enough of that.
Yeah.
Then I get up and I think I need to do more with my life.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of our headspace is taken up with firefighting as regards money, finances, lack.
Yeah.
And when you have loads of actual cash and money, that part of your headspace is now freed up to think about other things.
Well, I mean, if you look at the research on truly wealthy people or people who lead a rich life, which is what we're talking about today, like most of those express gratitude on a daily basis, but they give off the impression of, gratitude and happiness and,
But it's easy to be grateful when you've
easy
lots.
going and that kind of thing. But if you are continuously going around in a poverty mindset, you're not going to change. You're going to keep getting poverty.
Because you're thinking about it.
Because you're constantly thinking about
But
not having enough.
Why wouldn't you be thinking about it? Because that's your reality.
And I can tell you from personal experience as well, I have always been in the habit of spending more than I earn.
Oh, yeah.
And it's such a bad habit.
Or just living from week to
So
week.
bad, yeah. I living from week to week.
That used to
then-
annoy me when I
Hated
was
that.
looking at investments years ago. They'd kind of go, first of all, you need to set aside some money and save it. I go, save it? How? I'm trying to
can I
make
save?
ends meet. Like, I'm in a deficit every week.
Yeah.
How do I save money?
Yeah.
I go, these people don't understand.
Yeah, but they say it's about, like you splitting your finances into thirds. You need to have a third for fun and holidays and all that kind of thing. You need to have a third then for paying your bills with, and then you need to have a third that's invested in something.
But it does imply that you take in
savings.
enough of thirds so that you have enough to allocate money in those 3 different things.
You see, the problem is that the banks and credit unions and that keep spitting out money at people like that, leaves them that they can only have
The
money to
temptation.
pay back.
Yeah.
And it's tempting because you get big things with that.
Yeah, it's like you put money in the bank and then the bank will lend you money, which is your money, and they'll charge you interest for lending that money and encourage you to spend that money to buy things that you don't need, so that you need more loans to borrow money from the bank at interest.
And you're
Which
constantly
is your
in
money.
debt. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing. And it's about, it's not about getting out of debt, but it's more so managing that debt and saying, well, my loan is 500 a month, but I can really only afford to pay 3.
Okay.
So that I need to be able to save 2.
Aside from money,
Yes.
if you didn't need to work for money, most of us need to work to get money in, to pay, to have a certain quality of life. If you didn't have to think about money and you won the lotto and then you spend 6 months on a beach barbecuing yourself, after all of that, what would you do on a daily basis?
Oh, well, I love doing this, but I do like working with clients as well, but I probably wouldn't work with as many, Like, at the moment, you have to work with so many clients to bring in enough money to put bread and butter on the table, and that's just the bottom line, you know.
Yeah.
But I probably wouldn't do as much of it, so you wouldn't be under as much pressure. That's all. Or I do wellness programs or companies.
So you'd still be in this line of business,
Yeah.
this mental health.
I love my work.
How people, and I would be the same.
Yeah.
Because I do like, and especially these kind of conversations that we have.
Yeah, they're cool.
About mental health. But I love the idea. One of the things I love in holidays is waking up and realising that I'm on holidays.
Oh, it's lovely. The sun is out.
Yeah. Because you know when you have the converse of it, you know when you have the dream that you're on the beach. And you're great, and you're fantastic. And next thing the alarm clock goes off and you go, oh God, I have to get up for work.
No.
I had the converse of that last year.
Yeah.
I'm actually on the beach and I fell asleep. And I dreamt that I was working.
Oh my gosh.
And then next thing I wake up and go, I'm not, I'm on the beach. I'm actually here. I'm really here.
And we love our work.
Yeah.
Like, imagine being somebody who's in the 9 to 5 and hates it.
Oh yeah.
Like, I had this conversation with a friend of ours the other day, like, how do people go to work from 9 to 5, you know, for 40 years of their life, and then they retire?
Oh yeah, and they hate it.
Jesus, and they're working in a bloody box.
I think I told you this before. I remember a long time ago, I saw it, and a friend of mine told me about the same thing. But there was some mines had closed down, and everybody was unemployed.
Oh my God.
And they had the typical thing, the reporter from the TV channel interviewing people as they came out. So there was a guy driving an old Ford Escort car, I think it was, and he comes out and the guy puts the microphone in the window at him and he says, how long have you worked here? Because I worked here like 50 years. I worked here since I was a child. He said, where am I going to get work at my time in life? You know, what's there for me? And he said, I wouldn't mind, but I hated every moment of it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wouldn't you be better off in prison?
Yeah.
Than to have to do that. Imagine the effect that it has on your mind, thinking I have to go into that hellhole again every morning. Myself and a friend were talking about this just the other week. We were talking about some of the teachers. One of the guy who taught us when we were in secondary school had passed away, and I'm kind of going, could we give that guy hell? What must and we didn't know we were giving him hell. We were just messers.
Yeah.
But what it must have been like for him, sitting there having his cornflakes and his coffee in the morning, thinking, "Oh God, I have to go into that classroom with them two and 30 others of them too, as well."
God.
And he had to do that for all those years until he retired, and then he keels over and he dies.
Oh God, that's so depressing. Tony Robbins does a thing on this. You know, you get up in the morning, you wake up in your box, which is a bed, right?
Yeah.
Then you eat your box of cereal, and then you get your box of coffee and you have that, and you get out and you go into your box car and you go to work and you get into your box cubicle and work, and you work all day on the box screen in front of you, and then you go home and you sit in front of the TV, you eat your box dinner and you look at the box TV, and that's your life just goes around and around.
Yeah.
I couldn't stick that, me personally. I love to be doing different things and always exploring new things, and it's just that to me is the spice of life. It's about our experiences in life is the biggest thing for me. And, you know, I love to be able to just buy the experience. We go on one holiday a year in our house, and for me it has to be perfect. You know, it has to be the best. That's what I look forward to.
It stresses you for the rest of the year until you go again next year.
Like what happened last year, we went.
No, don't tell me.
Oh, dude,
it's a different video.
nightmare.
For me to live a life that's rich, it's very much tied in with being free.
Yeah, having freedom.
Because again, getting out of that box.
Yeah.
That thing, picking and choosing what it is that you want to do. So one of my hobbies, as you know, is I like to write lots of stuff.
He's a brilliant writer.
And I would, if I got to imagine my ideal day living a rich life, I'd wake up in some warm country, sit outside on the balcony in the sunshine having coffee, get a phone call from my agent saying they're making your book into a film. We're sending a helicopter over for you. They're going to fly you to location, and you can be advisor on the set.
Wow.
Yeah.
How cool would that be?
I think it'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
And then somebody say it's Siobhan ringing you. Oh God, I don't know any Siobhan.
Paul, you're never getting rid of me. That's
Kind of wake me up from the nightmare, in a nightmare.
So right.
To live a rich life, we want to throw it back to you, your crowd out there. You know, what is your vision of living a rich life, because it is important that you throw it out there, because if your mind doesn't know what you mean by living a rich life, it's never going to hit that target. You can't see the target. It doesn't even know that there's a target.
Absolutely. You've got to think about what brings you joy in your life, you know, and also like some of the rules I suppose that rich people have is that they never spend more than they earn. That's always a good rule, isn't it?
Yeah.
They save money or they invest it. Also they have, you know, great gratitude. I mean, they express gratitude regularly and they always give off the impression of, you know, advancement in life and growth to everybody all around them. But I think that one of the most important things is that they go through life to create. They're creators, you know, we're creating things rather than competing with other people. I think that's one of the ugliest traits of people wanting dominion over others, or you know, wanting to compete with other businesses. I think there's loads of work for everyone. There's loads of money for everyone. And it's about getting out of that mindset of poverty, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
I would say leave your mark on the world, leave an impression on the world. Let the world know that you are here.
Yeah, do something good, you know.
Yeah. We are the Happy Headers. Like us, subscribe to us, and we'll talk to you soon.